Yeah.
Mom bad no good.
I bet no good. Who's a striker? So for tip profile and quantity.
Hey, Mom Fano.
Someone was
a very good striker.
Ma to scare group.
In two scare young.
How do you want to scare me?
Yes.
Now you turn on a striker. I'm so far beg no good. I beg no the motor on the same.
I say,
motor on the same.
Oh, never one Chiranyadi.
And I never want you to have some company my book out striker. Yet in Toby. But I want my book out striker. And the any and Kamunya would then come on fire for full about a bed nego and from great me. Panyajima.
Emmanuel Adubuain, I say, Moino has always been a victim of circumstances everywhere he goes.
Circumstances.
According
to Emmanuel Abednego, so cast circumstances, but say Chese and your Mourinho fault. Send your turn in a turn. And your circumstances.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think say Adia Mourinho can a racist comments. Uti and I'm quoting him verbatim. Mourinho say time I give ne starting and there was a penalty incident. Na Galatasaray for bench a jumpe like monkeys onto a cake. Saying a monkeys a cake or jump or so. I mean, I don't think that is racist. He was describing how the jump was. But and yet also on me, say me describing as racist or not.
Say attempted.
But any racist.
You don't describe a nipa with monkey.
Oh, there be on describing nipa with monkey.
No, also
or describe the or describe the attitude of nipa no as a nipa ye. Na ye.
If you do two say catch you say. Said we did it sepon kwa. Mini watam.
Racist no nya atem did you yes say.
I know the racist need
to be racist once in America. Me nya atem did you once in America. Me racist once in America. Atem did you in a park so do you know more times players exchange insults. It happens. But at the end of the day, it ends there. No more movie on a free. So conversation.
Coffee before, what do analysis about to us? No, young announcement ki two be engram na eto aso efa emame. Me samo abrante bi a yefa no akwasi echichori. Me kasa sisi wa ba Nhyira FM ha. E de abetu anim say ofo car from the chrome solar awowa a ode eba ayikumase. Na omonam kwan so a omoba kumase no. And a bass now of phone is say, oh, claim. And we you on the mass sprinter, a white. We you on the mass sprinter and say, sprinter animum and from Kumasi. In fact, I'm about to do Kumasi AG. Now, we do on Urban on any the box and on mobile. On only see from the only answer driver no, sprinter driver no, or two cano, and a year at the canima, the Niema, and the box no, and also a canim. Nhyira de kasa sisi driver no kosino waba ba ne niam kan wan na sen kan Nhyira de ba no bag ne de entimi ama ma bidru na sprinter driver no so understand say omo ba nna no na otie Nhyira FM enti sprinter driver oje passenger from solar at the bar Kumase no yenu akwasi ade aba betu anim say Nhyira ne de asese ka so aba bedu ne nchen ba ne box no aka ayo kanim to sewa wadaroma se wutie ya bra na efa bag no ebren Nhyira FM na akwasi wa na yemfa ne bag enso emfa emrenti driver ofa akwasi ne yire abro mu free solar be drew techi ma moka eseye no bomoden na efa ne ma no enso efa ebre na o de friend number isisi na oni akwasi na nkasa ani eye enkomo 0242 09 3845. My sense number should be 0242 09 3845. Any akwasi number I don't know. But say be open over so French FM answer. Yeah, number is 03220 83570. 03220 83570. Yeah, that's it. Say Oboy na insa etimi akakwasi. Anyway, Kofi, I've had a na games are weekend. Good morning.
Good morning, BM. Senior kind of games for on across all of the competitions now. Say me sure say that's where my Kwenyama matches kakaka.
Sure.
Minty still a star 281 hash. Say afi na wabari and I'm sure. Watch number of tickets I will pay. Watch number of tickets yeah. No what you share from option and sign watch number of tickets no. Then after that we'll make sure see BBR. come out. The more I'll be sticking, the more I'll chance the wash will be to me, Eddie. Which, obviously, we start from the Italian Serie A. Nene, Italian Serie A, no, there is a big game going on. And so, Italian Serie A table, no, so the game between Inter and Napoli at the Maradona today essentially a battle for top spots. Antonio Conte in Nemrant, you know, for the last few games, I hit a blip kaka, a draw away at Lazio, the last time out also, and also a ball draw in about 2 or 3 games. Almost Serena, the results that they would expect to get. In Ama, there is some level of pressure on Antonio Conte in Nemrant here. It's the first point of the analysis in here, David Tuja. Oshe on the Italian Serie A table now, Inter, 57 points with that's row. Napoli 56 points on the second. Atalanta and also about 54 points. Juventus 49, Lazio 47, Bologna and Fiorentina 8 winning. So they'll come to against Lecce almost share by go to 0. It's remember at 45 points and then Atalanta at Nefi and Venezia abo at the if you a game with respect to everything that has gone on with Gian Piero Gasperini, which when you say now, the president of Atalanta about one thing and he has made it clear, say Coach Gian Piero Gasperini, asema any the way or tackle the issue of Ademola Lookman was wrong. According to him, or single out Yeniano out of the lot and it wasn't the right way to go. Of course, so can say already he believes in Gian Piero Gasperini in the Jumoye, but in that instance he was wrong with him. I think after that, Brent and Ademola Lookman has scored goals for Atalanta, and then I'm expecting that Atalanta Ebeshi team and friend in Venezia. Me anytime goal scorer Brent and Matteo Retegui. Our Italian Serie A and in some match on Napoli, any Inter match na make one seven reach hugely important match. Now Unim say Antonio Conte this season has played in a semblance of a 4-3-3. Before the January transfer window ne bebano. Na ye Vicha Koretskeli na nebo on the other side, the right hand side, and he plays sometimes with Davide Neres. Then in fifth for them Obo Anguissa, Stanislav Lobotka, any Abrentia, your friend Scott McTominay. At the back it is Ramanali, then of course at fullback the captain De Lorenzo. Sometimes Mattia Politano gets a part into the team. Which they're not so good team, and they say. And then Antonio Conte without Abrentia friend Frank Andre Zombo Anguissa, will fifth for them. They are without Andre Zombo Anguissa. It means that and then may expect Stanislav Lobotka SATR. We will have Scott McTominay and then either of Abrentia your friend Billy Gomo to add to the middle, to add some technicality to fifth for them. They are going to play against an international Milan team that will go into a 3-5-2. In fact, a very experienced 3-5-2 system with Stefan De Vrij, Bastoni on the left hand side, then in fifth you get Akan Klanoglu, Henrik Mkhitaryan, any Abrentia friend Nicolo Barella, Denzel Dumfries, any Federico Di Marco, then up top Abrentia friend Lautaro Martinez and Abrentia friend Thuram will lead the lines for them. For Inter also, Abrentia friend Young Summer is out of the team. It's a goalkeeper, very experienced, really important in build up for them now. And so team, and it means that it's going to affect them of a sort. Which the game is going to be interesting. But there's only one scoreline that will come out of this match. Game the and then whatever you have doing, you don't want to miss this game of Inter, any team, a friend Napoli, or the Diego Armando Maradona. But I'm very, very certain it is one of those Italian games that ended in a draw. And then say o correct score or the Italian Serie A Mudia then Napoli versus Inter 1-1 on correct score so we call just the outcome there, then possibly an Inter double chance for me or a draw when you go away from home. In the Spanish La Liga also, Rich, really interesting conversation and it is because Spanish La Liga name Yetete Abetiano, of course Nichiano, and that's where we are going. Barcelona a top joint with team and friend in Madrid on top of the Spanish La Liga with 54 points. Atletico de Madrid have 53 points. Athletic Club have 48 points. Which the interesting thing is that and the top 4 of the Spanish La Liga, everybody's playing a really competitive game. Atletico de Madrid and it's nothing and on the Athletic Club Ebo Eufie. Really tough game, really interesting match for Diego Simeone and Emrantian. Now this is an Athletic Club for a long time. Many good results because our attacking trio have been very good. In fact, so the goal contribution of Nico Williams, Inaki Williams, you can see properly. Say Athletic Club for our outlet on the show goals, and of course our center forward so consistent goals into any Atletico de Madrid, any team your friend Athletic Club, and then you may reach. This is a game that I think that goals will come through. Diego Simeone said Madrid and Barcelona me and Nhyira are playing very tricky matches this weekend. So Osha Madrid match and Obo against team friend Real Betis. And Barcelona match Obo against Sociedad. These are all tricky games. Madrid are going away to Seville to go and play against Real Betis or Honum. Tough game for them to play. But they also have a tough game. So we manage our game. No matter the results that they are supposed to get at home. He puts himself in a very, very good position because on the Spanish La Liga table, almost 53 points, Madrid 51, Barcelona 54. Sorry, 54. It's just 1 point between the three. And a gamer coach, your friend Diego Simeone, would really fancy so being a winner on him. One thing I've seen about Diego Simeone in the Atletico de Madrid team, and it's a rich. The defensive solidity in the it's difficult for them to lose matches because their bench is good. Adebakwa are very, very good for Atletico de Madrid. And they say, even when games are moving away from them, they're able to depend on the bench, bringing Angel Correa more, Alexander Salomo to come onto the field of play and influence the game and get draws like the last time out. I think the Atletico de Madrid double chance is also one of the good picks for you. Say, now you can get something out of any matches now. Of course, on Sunday, and Real Madrid airborne match against Tima, your friend of Real Betis. Some really interesting conversations. First of all, there is going to be the return of Isco Alacron. Of course, somebody from Sociedad to the days at Madrid now gone back to Real Betis. And for me, maybe one of those Madrid players that are very important in the time that Madrid edge Champions League, consistently and dominating in Europe, that maybe doesn't have that cloutness on you. And they do maybe a prani identity Isco didn't get to where you're supposed to get to. Rich, as a midfielder, what is dribbling? What is tight space control? What is the ball carrying from player with a friend Isco? Also, through boxing, Emma the technical ability to get you goals now. Isco was such a delight to watch. But sometimes I've said it several times, players they enjoy playing the game more than winning in the game. On the board anything, and he didn't really put premium in individual successes. But Obi Oshe Isco Biano will tell you how much of a delight he is. And then Real Betis Kobodum. Whilst Madrid did not get overturning the suspension of Jude Bellingham, no, Real Betis for any good news and now in training. Real Betis wanted to say Brantia Yefredo Anthony ne suspension on my year free on him. Which Anthony has been super player for Real Betis, and I think when he goes into my personal analysis of players and how we analyze them. Eddie say inherently player be ebesa like onyade. Now obe making it to the top of this level of football. This is the American ultimacy. Like inherently onyade. Then they go through the ranks and get to the top. It's tough. But also, Rich, what that means, and they say, maybe off the field, very important in getting success on the field of play. Environment, family, state of mind, psyche. Is so important. Exactly.
Prepare just to come and deliver.
Yeah.
So, microphone
Yeah.
Delivery
To
affect you.
Exactly.
And the reason another be Amami say Manchester as a team, Yentina internally, Yen be. Because any must a player be a fit team no shiny. But United there's a problem.
Recently, when Anthony Martial or Athens.
Marcus Rashford.
Yeah.
Oh, Aston Villa.
Scott McTominay.
Now no money win.
Yeah.
On the best is our game. So sometimes you ask yourself, these are the same players on board Manchester United. Now you cruciforms.
Because maybe
crowd at the point, and say, Marcus Rashford, the so ne unia problem.
To the extent say, and there are Victor Roque, every Betis on loan from Barcelona, echo back to Palmeiras now. It is because they've gotten a good replacement in Anthony. And can they will manage Victor Roque like that? But Anthony has come in and he's delivering. Which in the Europa League, Conference League, local league, like why very instrumental. And then now in training. Abraham Babe started training Manuel Pellegrini and then the assistant catcher and he said, oh, they've managed to take off Oban and Oban go against Madrid. No, he seemed very excited. So obviously, Obama a big game to play against Madrid. Which the sad thing is that Madrid are without very, very important players. Off the top of my head, when himself Federico Valverde is not going to play. Now Madrid for energy is an injury, and yet as big as it is now, but will be Jude Bellingham because of injury is going to be out. But of course, Kylian Mbappe is back into the team. Dani Ceballos into April the last time. Which, but you see, injuries now have been very hard on Madrid, though, honestly speaking. Because I brought Toni Kroos a coin. Carlo Ancelotti has struggled to find the balance in the middle of the pack. While yet tried errors, it wasn't working. Finally get a rejected stone in Abrantia Feni Dani Ceballos into the team. It begins to work, begins to gel. Almost every game, Champions League, league games, tempo controller, box-to-box midfielder, everything that you need from Dani Ceballos. To the extent that Madrid had the day up, when they were playing with Raul Asensio or Chimeni, he would drop deep to come and pick up the ball against high pressing and stubborn teams like Manchester City or Champions League. But now, just when he played some consistent games, Kakano, Abrantev and Dani Ceballos, and I think that's been Dani Ceballos' undoing for the last few years. I say he plays a little bit, then he gets injured, just like Marco Asensio at some point in time. And now, Madrid would have to find a new look midfield without Federico Valverde, without Dani Ceballos. Yes, Antonio Rudiger back into the team. David Alaba is traveling with the team. So most likely there's going to be a centre-back pair, Yenim, and then full-back Yenim, because if Frank Garcia there, Ferland Mendy is there, Raul Asensio, so they can play as makeshift at full-back for Militao Rudiger to go on and play. Then it means that to push Chimeni back into the middle, Eduardo Camavinga, and Abrantev, Luka Modric up there to control the game and try and get something out of it, especially in the absence of Abrantev and Jude Bellingham. The last game of Madrid boy without Kylian Mbappe, it was straight up. Endrick Ramirez came on and got a job done. And then Mbappe is back. And the same way according to Carlo Ancelotti, Nesini no mutu but when he panel back in the team with Vinicius Junior for the very first time. Vini is captain in the Madrid team, and then they are playing against Sociedad away from home. Which Madrid Real Betis.
Tricky game. Very, very tricky.
I think the Madrid will go on. Madrid, edging narrowly. I think the Madrid beat me, very, very narrowly over there in some match. Rich on front of sport, Barcelona against Real Sociedad. And also in front of Sport, it is clear, say Abrantev friend of Victor Roque Echo, and Barca are beginning to plan for the summer. Barca for have been very, very straightforward and direct for Abrantev, your friend Alexander Ishak. They want Ishak. They are asking questions about Ishak. And in front of Mundo Deportivo, almost say the battle for Ishak or the war for Ishak. I say, CBA are realizing, say, and then on the transfer market, the most assured, only the striking position, one of them. Their money a little bit worrying, and he said, say, you don't know what they will give you. Rasmus Hojlund. Look at Joshua Zirkzee. Look at most of these players. You don't know what these guys will give you. But say young players, certain or sure that's what she goes now. Then say they'll get a job done, and that's exactly what our team and friend FC Barcelona have asked for. And they are getting in him. And our branch friend Victor Roque come back to Palmeiras because this boy, friend Estaval Willian, Chelsea player, young boy from Brazil, ever joined Chelsea in the summer, so then they can replace him with a branch your friend Victor Roque to go on and do the job. Barcelona are playing against team, my friend Real Sociedad, Tricky game also. It's a game I think that goals will come through it a lot. how the game will turn. Mehuri also said that when they play against all the big teams or Spain, they struggle to get the results. And I'm putting my money on FC Barcelona. So on the results over there. Well, what's the Asema Todd Bolly Koka or Financial Times interview? No Koko here.
And so was the English media and exaggeration your money. Simbia no my money. And you should grant no
one question or the on visa or the cancer. He was asked say or much to say on it clearly for one person on party with so because do maybe so some Tony shares. You know see on what dear back by England what be saying is the English media exaggerates too much. Now on can say no cry and I say no cry, but it's too much of exaggeration. And now according to Jacobs Ben, what Chelsea both owners now try some Ben they say none of them is willing to sell their shares to each other. There was an iota of truth in there. No matter say differences no, they will allow it to be something that will streamline the management of the club instead of say we ain't turning there and I say we ain't turning there. Or Kasai about Nsembebe, especially about some of the things that clubs not play, fans not echo stadium monum to go and have issues in terms of say club no intimate share matches or demonstration and all more. And I'll say he is quick to learn. Say as he stands right now, he will not be able to make Obia happy as a club owner. He is learned to accept some difference in opinions and then move on from there. This weekend, there is no English Premier League, FA Cups, no, any year. So in England, we'll talk about some of the most important things now near the room. And now, there is a conversation about Enzo Fernandez, according to a lot of Chelsea from London. I said the attitude in terms of leadership from Enzo Fernandez has been good. In fact, after Villa match, there is a video on Enzo Fernandez. Our coach Chelsea fans no Paul Machao say, "Oh, yeah, sorry for that." Apparently, on real dressing room, not Chelsea players need that form. Like Omar Breck and only say too much for them because Obeka no lose against Brighton in the FA Cup, Brighton in the league, and then Aston Villa over there. Right after that, Captain Reece James was quick to go to the media and tell them, say, players need any interview or no Reece James and interviews no for the day because he wants to know what the media wants to say to him. So Ono Reece James was able to meet the media at the time. You can see right after that, the leadership team of Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez, Moise Caicedo, Reece James, Tosin Adrebiayo, Marcos Bettinelli, Obunyina a meeting. And in that meeting, they were clear on some of the players, especially Kopama. According to them, no one will say some of them attack Stephen Ayer more of like individual successes and selfishness. Apparently, they called out some of the players, especially someone like Kopama. Then it was cool. Omu dinner, Eko Habi dinner. Then that's when they got a good friend saying a good vibe. Some be back together to come and get results against him. Your friend is Southampton. Mediamaka. Whatever happens, there be a league in a Kika corner. So, oh yeah, Chelsea, you just have to win your matches. Leicester City have not won. Lose 10 out of 12. And the Premier League's worst performing team, even worse than Southampton, although only above Southampton in terms of performance, they are worse than them. And Okwakobo against Leicester City, Nyami Aduma Nestica, you want to go on and play well. This weekend there is no Premier League. Chelsea Embo FA Cup in him. What it means that on next game next week Thursday against Team Friend FC Copenhagen or Conference League game. I think that's the over Copenhagen on Thursday. Now about Leicester City on over the weekend. Then you go on and play against Copenhagen. In that week, you are expected to qualify for your friend is saying the quarterfinals of the Conference League, and then make sure so much Leicester City and go up because Rich next weekend they be American same. The last time I make us a Chelsea beat me at the third. You know, my thought was on the fact that so Man City and Nottingham Forest they are playing each other next league game. So it means that even if it ends in a draw, Chelsea already now 46 points. Or you're 1 point off, 2 points off Nottingham Forest, then 1 point off Man City. So if it ends in a draw, 1-1, so no shot against Leicester, they go on top of them. Now points this is here. I know that the rest of the games may be tough, but so once you get points then goes this year, then how are you going to beat Arsenal? How are you going to manage against Liverpool? How are you going to play against Manchester United? That one is going to be tougher. So get the points now. Then about the rest of the matches now. You can go in there with a lot of confidence and then probably go in and then go and get some wins. And in the FA Cup there, team my friend Liverpool out, Chelsea out, Arsenal out, Man City but against the team of Liverpool free.
Plymouth.
I say and I always have to upset me.
Oh, I don't think so.
Against Man City.
I last stop.
The last stop. But I you BMDRH.
I'm afraid to tell story in a band this weekend.
Oh yeah, then ABC.
And
Aston Villa born there or share in the FA Cup here on Friday. They played this, they were able to go through, and then obviously you said the other games are going to be there in the FA Cup never because of I think that Aston Villa have gone through. You look at the number of games that other games never because of Liverpool. What's the name? Manchester City.
But sometimes Kofi football is some way you.
Are they?
Plymouth come as me. Oko champions or more view.
Or
you could do. Where he a whole Liverpool. At the FA Cup nim.
So they say Liverpool resting the players.
Oh, but Kofi. So Liverpool grand in academy side. About against Plymouth. I'm expecting the Liverpool will do job. Football BBO.
No, but no both few.
I understand. But Liverpool quality on one. Plymouth maybe. Obetimi the players on the bench omunya bi mo no. Akosho mbe 4 5. Oh no one fee. Fine, upset said the other attack on football, but football no Kofi some way. I'm say FA Cup ni there.
Saturday
no na den.
Money Fulham. I didn't a difficult match.
You both Fulham was there
then. Fulham Trafford against Fulham, a difficult match.
Oh, Fulham for no.
Oh, it's Fulham is a tough team.
Tell money difficult no.
You say we say Fulham.
I don't think that's it.
Remember, for the Monday to make a choice about the enough for the phone one out of
Coffee. And man didn't look like has a game that's simple. I question Fulham.
No, it's simple, sir.
Because difficult, I don't want to.
No, difficult in the sense difficult on the foot of play too, but all difficult now can open crowd be Johnny Monday. Open crowd to so if you make a choice at the bed and also by now Papa saying now the court and I mean person me the mouth
in the Premier League. I think Fulham near boy as Zexi Ewiameno. Yeah. Obeka dan go below and I'm catchers and that guy is good. Say free on man who be
but I think that Rich Zexi has been
on fat game wins and champions.
But Zexi has been one of your most consistent players this season.
That's all Michel Goose.
But a second striker, more than a second striker inside number 10.
And then give it to I'm on for bet to make kick the players view. Says Ania Canada.
But
he's the second striker, but once you go, you go near say. Score.
But against Fulham, you have to win. Who's any coach kind?
Said
Bonne voice in you.
What's the name?
Who the best in the voice now?
Yeah, Kofi did.
Oh, the best voice the mommy.
Yeah, Kobo game bia. Yeah, the two say nyade.
But voice man,
that's the first thing.
But voice man, I'm fan to analysis as well. Oh, the but Ruben Amorim voice, mommy. Ruben Amorim is saying.
No, I think no one different is back. They are still trying to recover to help us in the next games. It's really important for us, but nowadays everything is important. Like the last win, just the feeling of win. The way we work in the next stage is completely different. So we want to go to the next stage, and we want to have two wins in a row, especially at home. And we need that feeling.
Well, we say
okay. So about now.
Also, about 2 matches in a row.
I know, say game be important at the mind.
No,
because
but
baby
FA Cup is the most important for you.
Say,
the chance at winning a trophy for him. And Eric Ten Hag, no FA Cup. I know that you've not forgotten. Eric Ten Hag, no crown. Or Kobo FA Cup final, Nibia Nasoji.
But I saw him say, I'm a rim. So I did to Ten Hag. I'm only
Mario Gressy. But still, you have to qualify to the FA Cup. Round near, but we are almost semi-final.
When you must say we can one can be with him.
Yeah, the Champions League qualify. I won't go Champions League. Oh, you more points I can crowd. Yeah, about Champions League. Yeah,
okay. Tell me, I'm person if you.
Yeah, the
Argentina, the Leicester game, no one and a yasik. Say because of that in Bobote.
Mancasa. see there be addiction.
Son, any addiction. Be addiction. I was here. There's no about addiction. Or say
because you didn't listen.
Oh, Kofi, I was here.
You can be here, but you listen.
Maybe. Or say, and I'm quoting you. Or say.
Don't quote me wrongly. I'm quoting you. I'm quoting you.
Or say. So we games in that damn you now. Team and France are Nottingham Forest or Bobo City. Where's our game? No, it will be a game. Who is it? City in Koyi. Now, Chelsea bought against a team on also struggle to say something. And it likely Chelsea ever to be assessed our game no at their common I don't know. And that makes you think it's say Chelsea bet you are touch it. Now the other game now can the and the other have an omega.
Yes, I'm American. Nyame can say.
Massa
my mate for the decent no movement team. Oh, you almost asking about they'll be happy to listen. Nyame can say who share baby I abo born about bedroom. Much is be on marriage. Ultimately, nyai 3 points and go. Because imagine you let the Leicester 3 points go.
Brighton crash when you lose master.
Leicester and you need to pay any Brighton and over. So Chelsea should be able to beat Brighton. Which again, at this point in time, Sisi Ayeka say, key players they play for Chelsea. What we are saying is that after match, these players return. Time as our players we hold on. Not Chelsea, I was second and third. It is a winner Wesley for fine. Can't just watch Mammy come out and one at the back. So winner Wesley for fine not returning. Winner Benoit Bediashi not returning. Romeo Lavia, Nicholas Jackson, they contribute something to the team. So now that you have a bad patch and you are getting smaller teams on one yard,
okay. Senior players who can say. Fred versus City is never Obia game.
I know that kind.
You beat Forest.
I know that kind. And you see that's the thing.
Hey,
City share Forest. City Echo 48 points. It just yes Leicester City.
City so was 44.
There be way before so boss and like City here no or share friends Torian Mospe no or 47.
Oh okay.
And Forest or 48.
Okay.
It is a City share or 50 points. Chelsea to me share Leicester City. They get 49 points and then they go above of Nottingham Forest. And that is why it's important.
It's easier said than done.
No, you see,
it's easier said than done.
Leicester City Chelsea is easier said than done. One shot, you will lose.
What do I know? Don't you be na ye? What time I saw you be to
be? Let me find me calling to you. Make sure.
I call to you.
Time guys, I can 1 minute. Janto was here.
What time? When you time? What time? Sorry. For call me to Jana. I can't. Ayala me to us na fi. Yeah, come referee na immediately soon come because and some hopper
and one person go fit kesi no.
Okay.
Your code miensa for next Saturday matches and your one of them are 47 odds. And when I made a starting amount 47 odds and then 17 C7 E7 9F and only a 47 odds. 47 odds. The other one a 17 C7 EA 28. You know, a 10 odds and I made them out. And the last one here 17 C7 ED EE. You know, just 6 odds. 47 odds, 10 odds, and then 6 odds. No, and then so better go figure see more. No, I call yes, mean chase canty code near and I'm media mano. Mel Horn, so why is over so coffee? See my meet Messi Swama 17 CF C7 E7 9F on near 47 or rich. Mammy incha and chase.